What's your most meaningful piece? And of course, why?
Well, such a hard question. It's like saying who's your favorite child.
I know.
But I think, I don't know, I would say probably the first time I made a toy was the first time I got to see my work in three-dimensional form.
And what was that?
It was called Companion.
Yeah.
It was the Companion toy in '99. And before that, I had always imagined like sculpture as being this thing, like, oh, you had to have this like sort of patron to commission you, or this like unaccessible thing. And then I met these guys in Tokyo who were making toys they were making them themselves. And so it just clicked, like, all right, instead of that monumental thing that has been in my head since I was little, I was gonna make, 1,000 little ones. And then that opened up, like seeing my work like that. It was like, before that day I had like a pencil and a pen. And then it was like after that day, somebody was like, oh, there's paint, like there's also paint. Like it just sort of gave me a whole nother world to kind of work within and sort of, so maybe that can be considered it, but.
Yeah, I think that's it. And you?
Well, I think it's a self-protective mechanism, but I think the thing I did most recently is the best thing or the most interesting thing, which is probably not true, but it's as I say, it's something that keeps you from being too nostalgic or too wrapped up in the past in any unproductive way. As far as painting goes, what I'm doing now is what I think is really, is where the juice is.
That's awesome.
Doesn't mean other people see it that way.
And do you guys feel the pressure to produce?
I mean, I feel, for me, I'm at the stage that I'm at, it's like I'm definitely not comfortable. You go all this time without...
in your stride, sorry. Not comfortable with your achievement, but comfortable in your rhythm, like your everyday rhythm.
No, I don't even know if I'd agree with that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like...
he's open to things.
Yeah, no, definitely open to things. And there's, you go from having all these years of no opportunity, and suddenly you're getting these opportunities, and you want to fulfill these sort of things, these different projects. And so there's a pressure, but for me, it's been like an inspiring pressure. So
I like teasing him, by the way, because he just...
I think he noticed.
He's very teasable.
Yeah. What do you guys think about like the venture capitalists, like the hedge fund guys that get in the art business? I think it's a good thing because where there's money, there's attention.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like things like that are adding to the amount of attention that's on art nowadays. I mean, even you here doing this program, I think artists coming up have a tremendous amount of outlets and a lot of exposure and able to do shows, all over the place, and there's a support system from it, and that has to do with a lot of different elements, and I think people investing in art is one of them.
Sure. I think
for the greater good.
I think it's probably fair to say that if art didn't appreciate in value and wasn't monetized and didn't bring high prices, that there would be far less interest in art. Mm-hmm. It just sort of goes together. Whether the interest is healthy or not, I don't know. Who's to say?
That's right.
I think what makes art art. Some of the things which are the most popular are also the best. Some of the things which are the least popular are also the best. And everything, and every possible variation in between.
Have you ever gotten into any legal problems, with the graffiti?
No, I mean, nothing that wasn't controllable, I mean, actually the only time I ever was arrested was for something ridiculous. It was for putting up stickers, which is a joke.
And you, especially with one of the most, profoundly stimulating, incredible, ingenious schools of thought, pornography.
Being a pornographer is not necessarily against the law, so I haven't been arrested for that. I've been accused of it, but not in any legal sense. I mean, I've always said to the people who accuse me of being a pornographer that I wouldn't mind. I don't even have any objection to it. I don't think it's true. I don't think it's accurate if you look at my work side by side with something that
Oh
is
no,
truly
it's
pornographic.
completely not true. And by the way,
But I wouldn't care. But I don't think it is.
Yeah,
true.
but I'm not confusing you with like a you know, one who shoots pornography at all. I'm just asking, had you know, got into any run-ins because of the nature of your work?
Well, the human body is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And it's part of the job of art to show that.
Yeah.
So I think that the having walked into the propeller blades of a certain political issue when I did.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Was that's really great. Sometimes it's not that you choose the subject matter; it's that the subject matter chooses you. And I might have chosen something differently, but I kind of got stuck with it. It's what I'm just glad I had something that interested me. I don't even have that much control over what it is. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah. We hate to give volume to those who were trying to be negative.
At that time, I was like, oh, I made it. And then I realized, no, I didn't.
Do you understand the story you just told?
Yeah.
That you made it.
I collaborated a lot with the choreographer.
Also Scorsese with the
And
Search and Destroy.
I did make a little film a number of years ago, in which I was lucky enough to have Marty as the executive producer.
Well, I guess this is what happens when artists talk, right?